2017 will be a milestone year in the history of the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club. When you host the Breeders' Cup, the world takes notice, which means the man to my left will be sleep-deprived for the better part of a year. Del Mar's McBride making a rare studio appearance here at KUSI. Man, this is no wind up your skirt. You're one of our top 5 favorite sports guests, so thank you for coming in. Am I selling it? Am I overselling it? Is this a milestone year in the track's history?
Absolutely, you're not overselling it. It is. It's as big as it gets for us. Of course, the first time with the Breeders' Cup. We've got our traditional summer race meeting coming up starting on July 19th. We'll have a fall meeting. This will be our 4th fall meeting starting on November the 1st. We'll do 2 days and jump right into the Breeders' Cup, the 3rd and the 4th of November. About 150, 160 of the best horses in the world coming to Del Mar. They're bringing along the best jockeys, trainers, and owners in the world. We're flying in sheiks from the Middle East. It's going to be a big deal and a lot of fun.
All right, we'll get to that in a bit. But first, there's this race Saturday you may have heard of, the Preakness. Anything happened in the draw on Wednesday that alerted you to maybe which way to wager?
Not really. Only 10 horses in the Preakness. I say only 10 because we had 20 in the Derby. That was a rodeo. But this will be a whole lot smoother race. It'll unfold, I think, in a proper fashion. The winner of the Derby, Always Dreaming, is an agile horse who I think will either be laying first or second. There's a speed horse on the outside named Conquest Mo Money. I think his rider's going to send him. I could see him on the lead. Always Dreaming drops into the 2nd spot. There's a horse named Classic Empire who's going to be his chief competition. He'll lay 3rd. They'll go around the track until the top of the stretch. Always Dreaming will put it in high gear, surge to the front. Classic Empire will triumph. But I think Always Dreaming draws right on out and wins.
Now, I believe it's 5 of the horses were not in the Derby field. There will be rested horses. Would you like to weigh in on the debate of rested horses running against Derby fatigued horses?
You can make a case either way for there. I'd like to have the best horse. I don't care if he's rested or he ran in the Derby. Give me the best horse, and I'll take him every time.
You know, it seems like the odds makers are being spot on picking horses in big races. Are the odds makers getting better, or is what's happened that they're so spot on?
You're right. The last 5 years, the favorite has won. And I think the key reason for that is a change in the point system for getting into the Kentucky Derby. It used to be that you could earn points from races way back when they were 2-year-olds. You can't do that anymore. You have to win the races that are close to the race itself. The horses have sorted themselves out to a good degree, and because of that, you tend to get the very best horses in the Derby. The very best horses tend to run the best, and therefore favorites have a better chance to win.
You're a Churchill Downs veteran. You've been there 20 years doing something called the Derby Notes, so you're active in the media effort there. My question to you, you know, tennis has 4 big tournaments, and everyone talks about is Wimbledon. Golf has 4 big golf tournaments. Everyone talks about the Masters. With the Triple Crown, why does the Derby get so much attention?
The Derby is the race. Unless, of course, you have a horse win the first 2, and now here comes the Belmont, and now Triple Crown time, and now the Belmont gets
gigantic.
However, every year the Derby is the #1 race. It's the leadoff race in the Triple Crown series. It has grown. Over the years, it's been promoted wonderfully. It's grown. It is the event in Louisville. It's just the Derby, probably the most popular race in the world.
Opening day, 61 days away. I said you'd be sleep deprived. Right now, not much is going on because of the fair takes over, right? But I suspect you're still pretty busy.
We're staying busy for sure. Many, many meetings about the Breeders' Cup. Those guys are ferocious. They're calling meetings to announce the next meeting. They want to nail it. They want to nail it down to the inch. They are very, very meticulous with their stuff. We're working with them. And then we really do have a summer race meet, too. We're going to be very busy this year.
So 3 meets in a year. You know, but for people who have never experienced the Del Mar experience, you don't necessarily have, while the horses have top marquee for good reason, you don't really have to be a horse racing fan to appreciate Del Mar. Could you elaborate on that?
Well, yeah, we try and make it a day of fun whether you come for the horses or not. We have bands every Friday night that are hugely popular. We run the biggest singles club in San Diego on Friday night at Del Mar. The 20 and 30-year-olds are all over us, and they do have some fun. We have big groups on Saturdays. We have events. We have barbecues. We have chili tasting contests. We have beer quaffing events. It's all good at Del Mar.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about the elite horses that have come through Del Mar. There's a big horse coming. Can you talk about Arrogate, please, for us, and explain why that horse is so high on everyone's esteem?
Arrogate is an amazing animal. His last 3 races, he's won the $6 million Breeders' Cup Classic at Santa Anita. He won the $12 million Pegasus Cup in Florida, and he won the $10 million Dubai World Cup in Dubai. Those were his last 3 starts. He's now won more than $17 million. He's very soon going to become the winningest racehorse of all time. We believe that his comeback race from the Dubai event in March will be at Del Mar on our opening weekend, the San Diego Handicap. That'll be the 22nd of July. His follow-up race would be in the $1 million Pacific Classic on August 19th. And then his closing race to this year is eligible to be, again, in the $6 million Breeders' Cup Classic at Del Mar.
So you could see the horse 3 times.
Yes, you could.
All
the
right.
best horse in the world.
This is your close-up camera, Mac. You have 15 seconds. Who's going to win the Preakness and why? 15 seconds.
I believe that the Derby winner, Always Dreaming, will win it. I think I've got a little long shot for you if you'd like to play a price. This horse will be about 30 or 40 to 1. His name is Multiplier. Throw him in there in your exactas and your trifectas, but I don't think they beat Always Dreaming.
Mac McBride, you are as good as advertised.